We had a real fun game up at Columbia this weekend with Missouri. I was proud of the kids. First sellout for their school, and our guys really like going on the road and playing in an excited stadium full of their folks. Our away crowd is always unbelievable, and our band makes us feel like we're at home some, but really proud of the fast start and the way the guys played. In fact, the only thing that happened bad this weekend is our plane had a 2-hour delay, and we were in the Columbia airport late and got home at 4:30. So we adjusted our schedule yesterday, and I think the kids are back on track. We told them if the coaches can hang in there, then the young kids can for sure. But really proud of the offense getting a quick start. Looks like they're coming into their own and continue to get better each week now, and we have more the full complement of the type offense we want to be this year. Colt was just named the Big 12 Player of the Week offensively, and he should have been, hitting 18 of 21. I think 2 of the 3 were dropped in the first half. Really proud of him. He tied Peyton Manning for most wins, second most wins in college football history, and he's 4 away from beating David Green's record for being the winningest quarterback in the history of college football, which is really a great accomplishment. Defense continues to play at a really high level. You can win championships with defense, and our guys are forcing much more turnovers than they did last year, and we're really excited about watching them force the turnovers and stop the running game and being physical on defense. So we need to continue to do that, and especially on the road. Our kicking game is the best we've had. The block punt right before the half put the game out of reach for good, and Malcolm Williams continues to play well in the kicking game. Curtis Brown blocked the punt. Malcolm recovered the punt, but we have a point system for our special forces, our special teams, and Malcolm had 38 points in this game. That's the most we've ever had from anybody. So we're really pleased with our special teams and especially what Malcolm is bringing to the group. We came out healthy, which is good, and the real interesting thing about our teams, they've played really well the weeks after the OU game. It's like you have 2 seasons here. You build up to the OU game, you need to win it. If you don't win it, you're in some trouble for the rest of the year, and you have to fight your way back into the mix nationally. If you do win it, you're in the upper mix immediately, and you have to go continue to play and put it behind you. And our teams have been able to do that pretty well. We felt like that the second half, we wish we'd played better offensively. We are going to protect Colt. We're going to substitute a lot. That's just who we are. And we feel like that has something to do with it. And we felt like the defense gave up more running yards than they wanted to, but overall we felt like that our team played great. Looks like it'll be another sellout. It sounds like it'll be the first sellout in Boone-Pickens Stadium on Saturday night. Halloween night doesn't get better than this. Great Oklahoma State team. One that we've had some really exciting games with, and this kind of ends our 4-game stretch in this part of the season with Colorado, Oklahoma, Missouri, and Oklahoma State, and then we restart the season to finish with the last 4 next week. They're on a 5-game winning streak. Mike Gundy's done an outstanding job with their program. They're getting consistently good now. They're a team that you have to contend with each year, and I know they feel like this was going to be a big year for them. They're starting 15 seniors. They've got 50 kids from the state of Texas, 50 plus. 12 of them start, so it's always a very emotional game for them. But also they're an older team, and we've played against these kids now for 4 years, so there's a lot of familiarity between the 2 schools. You've got some really fun matchups when you start looking at Mike Gundy calling plays, a young head coach but offensive coordinator that's got an exciting offense against Will Muschamp's calls on defense, and Bill Young, an old heady defensive coordinator, has been around a long time, and they're very sound, and they're very well coached on defense. They're very tough. They tackle well, but he adds just subtle wrinkles each week to change the game plan a little bit against Greg Davis, who does the same. So it's really a good matchup when you look at defensive and play callers throughout this game. They're averaging 37 points a game. The quarterback's really a good player, Zach Robinson. Kendall Hunter should be back this week, but Keith Toston's had a couple of 100-yard games. They rushed the ball for 217 yards against us last year in this game. So that's one of the keys to this week. They've only given up 4 sacks all year, so they're protecting their quarterback well, and they're running the ball well. Defensively, they play a 4- and 3-down scheme, which most people are doing now. They're only blitzing about 27% of the time, but as we said, Bill Young's one of the best around. he will come in with a great plan against us, and we know that. And they've got some outstanding players on defense as well, and their special teams are always just as good as anybody in the country. Like last year, at this point, we've got a great window of opportunity. It's on our team and our coaches to continue to do well and win. It's a fun time for us. We're in the national mix here 2 years in a row. There's only 7 undefeated teams left, and 2 of them had to save their undefeated seasons on the last play of the game last week, with Alabama blocking a field goal the last play and Iowa scoring on a slant the last play of the game. So it's hard to be undefeated this time of the year, and I'm proud of our kids. I'm really proud that they have fought and competed and let all of our fans and our media and our coaches have fun this time of the year, being one of the best teams in the country. And I've told them not to take that for granted. We've also told them that you have to handle the situations that are ahead of you, because your legacy will really be determined by what you do in the next 6, 7 games. It will not have anything to do with what you do behind you. And so the guys have to restart every week and make sure they're excited and ready to play like they were on Saturday night. It's hard to come out of OU and be that excited, and I thought they were pumped and excited, and it was a fun night to coach and fun to watch them. Sounds like the weather's going to be great for our fans on Saturday night. They're talking about 61 during the day and 48 or 7 or 8 at night, and not a lot of wind, so it should be a perfect night for football. We're really excited about this week.
Coach, have you ever been through a series
You're
like
first,
this?
Ed.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate that. Have you ever been in a series like this? You've won 11 straight, but boy, there's been a lot of close calls and wonderful comebacks by the Longhorn team. Have you ever been in a series like this, or what's been the key factors in Longhorns coming back so many times?
I'm not sure. I haven't. Most coaches don't get to coach against somebody 11 times. But, the Tech one's what I think it's 9-3 or something. But they've been close. There's been a lot of close ones in that one. You start looking at them. I think the fact is they've got a lot of Texas kids. They've got more Texas kids probably than anybody we play outside the state of Texas. So those kids get really excited about playing in our game. And you look at it, I think we've come from behind 3 times in the 11 years. The rest of them, have been good games, and they've been tough games, but it's because they're getting better. Mike's done a great job. Les Miles did a really good job there, and Mike's just continued, and now they're one of the best teams in the country. I think you're looking again at the Big 12 South has some of the best teams in America in it, and that's what makes our division so tough.
Coach, when you talk about just the atmosphere, the kids seem to be closer to the field, the paddles, it's just kind of a different environment.
Yes, the field itself is unique. I think it's the only one, or maybe one of 2, that is built in the opposite direction of all the other fields in the country. I think theirs is east-west in it, and the rest are north-south. And the boundary is really, really close to you. I remember one year up there, I was on the sideline, and my headphones went out, and we scored a touchdown. And some guys that were enjoying their beverages that felt like they were sitting with me. I mean, it's that close up there. When we scored, said, "Brown, you're such an idiot. They don't even let you hear what they're calling when they score the touchdown." And I thought, he's really right. I didn't even have it on. So, but you get to know the fans pretty well there. But it's fun. It's the fans are always great up there, and the fans behind the bench are aggressive, but they're fun. They usually know your mom's name, and they got a lot of information on you.
Talk about Zach Robinson, maybe at times the forgotten quarterback in the Big 12. That's pretty impressive.
Yes, Zach's won a whole lot of football games, and he takes care of the football. He runs the ball really well. You can tell by the fact that they've only given up 4 sacks this year that he is a very good quarterback, and I don't think that he gets the credit he deserves. He's been good against us every year that we've played. Really tough. You hit him, he jumps right back up and goes back to play. But he's been a great player for Oklahoma State.
Coach, you guys always talk, any coach always talks about not turning the ball over, but the way your defense is playing, is it even more important now, talking to the offense about, hey, if we keep the ball, we're going to win a game because our defense is this good?
We do. Our offenses here at times have had to outscore the other team because we've given up a lot of points. And right now we're giving up 13 points a game. We're in the top 10 in scoring defense, and we're in a position where we can be smarter. And a punt's a good play for us sometimes on offense. We don't have to take as many chances as we did in some years. And at the same time, if we will go back and protect the ball the last 5 games like we did last year and continue to force turnovers, that'll be the great combination. We're having too many turnovers offensively. Last year we didn't have any, and the defense didn't force any. This year, the defense is forcing a lot more. I think we're at 21 now, and our offense isn't protecting it as well. So we've got to make sure we protect the ball and continue to play the same on defense and get our field position in the kicking game. I thought covering kicks on Saturday was the best we've done in kickoff coverage. We're really aggressive and did a good job, and our punting was good. And again, Dwayne's just the best with his group at blocking and returning punts in the country. Oklahoma State's always great in special teams. They're averaging 45.5 yards per punt. So it'll be a great challenge again for our punt block and return team, because if you get a great punter, it gives you more opportunities to return.
Coach, speaking of special teams, that's an amazing stat to get a special teams touchdown in 5 of the 7 games. How much time do you devote to special teams?
We are doing more than ever, John. We thought we did more than anybody in the country, and this year we've just added, because it is, when you have an opportunity to score, like we do every play in special teams, the kids are so excited about it. They're fighting with coaches to try to get on the teams. And I just feel like that it's in these type games, when you're in the mix at the top, you've got to handle the turnover ratio, and especially on the road, you got to make some plays in kicking game. And we're actually working on every phase, every day of practice. So we're putting a tremendous amount of time in it. Our coaches are doing a great job, and it's paying off.
Coach, last week a lot of guys talked about playing with swagger. I think Coach said he calls it swag up. Do you think they played with swagger this week, especially the offense?
I did. You sit around and you can take 2 or 3 approaches. You can go in and think, oh my gosh, we could get beat. This team's pretty good and we can't mess up. And you can feel that pressure. Or you can go in and say, we are Texas. We're good. We've earned the right to be good. And we're going to give you our best shot, and here we come. And that's the way we challenge the guys to do it at Missouri. We've earned the right to be good here. So let's go ahead and act like you're good and walk into the stadium like you're going to win the game, and that's who we are. And I was really proud, not arrogance, not complacency. Swagger means that your body language is good. It means that you walk in with confidence, and it means that you handle situations during the game that come up that other people might not handle well, and you handle them in a first-class manner. And I appreciated that, and this team is getting its swagger now. I thought it was the first time the offense really had its swagger. Defense has had it. Special teams has had it. We needed to add the offense to it, and I was really proud that Colt kind of jump-started that whole thing.
Mack, you talked a lot about how this 4-game stretch is a lot like last year's. We all know how last year's ended. Do you talk about that at all, about the way that game went? Because I know that playing 1 second better, doing those kind of things has been a lot of what y'all.
Yes, we do, Bob. We thought that last year at this time, I asked the kids, how'd you feel? What'd you feel headed to Lubbock? This is the same week, same situation. Everything's the same. How many times in your life do you get a chance to redo something that you're not as proud of as you could have? So that's the emphasis of this week. We don't need style points. We don't need to do anything other than win. So find a way to win this week against a really good team that you've got respect for, but don't be surprised. I mean, they're talking about all the excitement up there. We should be excited too. This is fun for us. This is a great time for us, and we need to enjoy it, embrace it, and go attack it.
Coach, can you talk about how you're handling the possible Des Bryant situation this week? Do you treat it like an injury? Because obviously something crazy could happen on Thursday and maybe he plays.
Yeah, what we've done is we always prepare for them to have their full complement of players regardless of who we played. It was really interesting when Sam Bradford was preparing to play. We were glad he played the week before because it was clear-cut he would play against us. But we did think if Sam got hurt, in some ways it's tougher for us, for the new guy to come in, because you have to prepare for both, and you're just not sure if they just change little things about their play calls. So for us, you start looking at Annie M. is a guy that's got 19 catches the last 2 weeks. So what they've done is doing a great job of putting someone out there and moving forward without Des. But if he plays, we'll just prepare for him to play.
Coach, I know people always tend to think about that comeback against Oklahoma State, whatever year you want to pick, but it seems like the fast start mantra would be a pretty good one to have right now.
It would. I think I should mention that this week, that we haven't started in this game as well as we have, but give our kids credit for hanging in there and coming back. And one of the earmarks of our program has been comebacks in the fourth quarter, and this series has had a lot of those. And I think it's who you are. You'd rather not get behind. But I do remember after, I think it was the one here where we were down 35-7 in the second quarter, and we won 56-35 after the game. I always call my mother, because if I don't, I'm in bad trouble. And I called Mom and I said, Mom, what about that comeback? And she said, yeah, everybody's bragging on your halftime talk. What about pregame? Could you give a pregame talk that's more decent than that so you could get them started right? And that's my mother.